Hi there, I'm Angela. Welcome to Just Me and My Fabric, and this is Friday Sews. Hey friends, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm so happy to have you here. And if you're hanging out with me in the chat tonight, I'm so happy that you jumped in. Let's have some fun tonight. So I need to say a thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. She's the creator of #FridaySews. And this is where we chat about what we've worked on the past week sewing wise and how life has gone, and just generally do kind of like an end of the week wrap up or catch up on how everything went. So in my sewing world, it's been kind of steady. I have started on my Simplicity jacket. That's my collab with Pam from Made by Pam. And I've shown that so many times on the channel that my husband kind of gave me a look like, this is the 4th time you've talked about this on your channel. So suffice it to say, I'm not going to go into too many details, but I did want to show you the zippers that I'm kind of leaning towards for the jacket, and maybe get your guys' opinion on it. So if you don't mind, this is my face fabric, and this is going to be my lining. So they go pretty nicely together. And regarding zippers, so it does take a separating zipper, and I found this one here, but I feel like it's not a great match. It's the closest match that I could find, but it's more like tan versus more gray, and maybe I'm just being too picky. But what I thought, I went ahead and got a second zipper, and this one is a navy blue. And I thought maybe I need to go for just a contrasting zipper, or even go for a gray one that matches this fabric a little better. So the zipper is exposed like down the center front, so you will see the zipper tape. So that's kind of why I'm being a little bit pickier on it. I know this jacket's going to be something special because it's the first time I will have made anything like this. So I want to get like all the little details right. So I thought I would show you that and see what you think. Now in real life, this blue of the zipper does go with the fabric a little bit better. I think the camera's kind of graying this out some. Anyway, so these are the choices that I'm grappling with. If that's the hardest thing I have to decide in the next coming weeks, I'm good with that. Also, I did pick up something fun, which I'll show you, to add to the zipper. So no matter which zipper I go with, just your store-bought zipper, it's going to have just your standard zipper pull. So what I did was to buy a zipper pull, like a standalone zipper pull that's a ring. This is probably the better way to show it. So how fun is that? How fun is that for a jacket? So yeah, I'm really excited no matter which zipper I go with to use that zipper pull. Yeah, so that's, I have started sewing the jacket, and that's really all that I've worked on garment wise. I did end up changing out my curtains in my bedroom, or I'm in the process of it. I have been using some drop cloth curtains in there, and I did try to bleach them because I wanted them to be more of a brighter white than the beige color. The walls in that room are the same as they are in here, this kind of cream color. And I thought the white would look nice, and I couldn't really bleach them out white enough to get the look I was going for. So I bought some curtains from IKEA, and I will leave a link to those. They're not the same curtains that I talked about on last Friday Sews. I went up to IKEA and I saw those original ones, but they just weren't quite what I was looking for. But they had another set that I liked better. So they were a little bit too long for my windows, so I kind of cut some of the length off of them and made a new hem. And I'll pop a picture in here to show you what it looks like so far. And at the time I'm recording this, I only have one curtain hung. So there's 2 windows, and each window has 2 curtains, like one like going down each side. So I only have one up so far. And I'll pop a picture in and show you what that looks like and get you guys' opinion on that. Either way, I think that it's an upgrade from the drop cloths. If I could have gotten the drop cloth like a bleachy bright white, I would have stuck with that because I love that thick texture that they have, but I just couldn't get them bleached out enough. So I think the IKEA curtains are going to do the trick, and definitely, as with like most things at IKEA, they were very reasonably priced. So yeah, I'm going to stick with that. We did change out the curtain rods, or in the process of. Yeah, so it'll be like a nice fresh little look for pretty reasonable, you know, within budget price. So that's always good when you could do that. And that's pretty much all the sewing that I've done. Now in life, it's been pretty busy. So I'm still at my new job and working a little bit more than originally intended or expected, but I'm fine with that. It's totally fine. I love where I'm working now, and if I have to work 1 or 2 days extra than I was originally planning for, it's not a problem. So, but it does keep me busy. And we did go on a hike, we meaning my husband and I, at my place of work last weekend on Sunday. So I work at a nature center, and we have like hundreds of acres on our property and miles of walking trails. So it's my goal to kind of become familiar with the lay of the land, so to speak, and the walking trails. So we did take a hike, and I'll put in like a little, it's a very short, like 10 or 15 second clip of the hike that we did. And other than that, garden's going pretty well. Still working to get all my seedlings up potted into larger containers. Nothing's really been planted outside yet in its permanent spot. We had a cold snap this past week, and it was rainy, so rainy and cold, like the worst kind of working outside conditions, so I didn't get too much done outside. We were lucky on last Sunday when we did our hike. The sun was out and it wasn't too cold, so that was really nice. One thing that has happened out in our property that's been nice is we have a nectarine tree, and that's blooming right now, and it's gorgeous. The blooms are so pretty. They kind of remind me of dogwood tree blooms or cherry blossoms even. So pretty. And we planted that tree in the fall of 2017, and last year was the first year that we actually got fruit. So we only got like 3 little tiny nectarines, and they really weren't even sizable enough to be edible, and they were like rock hard. So I think this year we should get a lot more, and I'm excited about that. So now that the blossoms are here, it won't be too much longer before we start seeing the fruits actually start developing. So I'm really curious to see how many nectarines we'll get this year. And hopefully they'll grow to like a much larger, like standard kind of nectarine size. So that'll be like a milestone in my garden. I also did plant 3 apple trees this year. And I won't probably see fruit on those for several years. It takes so long when you're trying to establish like an orchard or even like a mini orchard, which is what we're doing here. If you want fruit or fruiting trees, the best time to have planted those was years ago. So we're trying to play catch up on that, but it's okay. It'll be worth the wait. Last week on Friday Sews, I featured another YouTube sewing channel, and that seemed to go over pretty well. So I'd like to make that a regular thing. And the channel that I'd like to feature this week, she's called the Seaside Sewist, and her name is Natalie. She's in the UK. Her channel is very, very new. From what I can tell, it looks like it's maybe like just over a month old. So she only has, as of today, around 5 videos. But I really have enjoyed watching her videos. she's got like a soft, easy way about her. So I love listening to her talk and show us her fabric hauls and her makes. And I'm hoping to see a lot more videos from her. And from what I can see in her channel, the text, like in her description, she also has an Etsy shop. And I think she's also an ambassador for Minerva Fabrics. And I probably will look more into that. So I'll put a link to her channel below. And she has posted, like I mentioned, some fabric hauls and shown her makes and talked about what her sewing plans are. And also her most recent video, she featured an unboxing. I forget what the name of the box was, but I'll put it into the video here. It was kind of like those Sew Haley Jane boxes that you see people unboxing, but it was so fun to watch the unboxing. And the fabric that came in her box was beautiful, so gorgeous. I don't know if that's something that's available to like anyone or if that's only inside the UK, but I really enjoyed watching her unboxing that. If you'd like to go over to her channel and take a look, I'm sure she would appreciate that, and I think you'll like it. It's a really sweet channel. So I can't think of anything else interesting to tell you. The week was pretty quiet. They seem like they mostly are. You stay busy with gardening and sewing and work, and then like what else left is there? Keeps life very full. We did have some car troubles earlier this week. One of our cars is an older, and when I say old, it's a 2003. So it has almost 250,000 miles on it. Still runs really well, but we have had to put some work into it. It's a Honda CR-V, so it's a good car. It's well made. And we were told the last time we had it in for service by the mechanic that that engine looks really good and we can expect a lot more life out of it. So because of that, and because it's been paid off like for so many years, when it does need work, we do go ahead and put the money into it to get the work done, knowing that we will be able to drive it for hopefully many more years. But we did have to do like pretty extensive work in the last few months, some of which was just this week. We ended up having to replace the transmission this week, which was ouch. But it's fine. So if that allows us to drive the car for 4 or 5 more years safely, it is definitely money well spent. So, and I'm pretty sure we will be able to get that much more life out of the car. My husband is a die-hard like Honda person. I've had like almost every make and model of car, every make of car that I can think of. I like to switch it up and drive something new every time I get a new car. But he has like, I think only ever had Hondas. He's a die-hard Honda fan. And so we know from that and his experience with them that they're good made cars and you can drive them forever. So they'll take a lot of beating and as long as you take good care of them, you can expect a lot from them. At least that's what we found. So yeah, that happened this week and we got the car back on Wednesday. So yeah, fingers crossed that the transmission, oh yeah, and it was, I'm sorry if this is not even interesting. You guys probably didn't come here to hear about cars. But if you're ever in this situation, because the car is so old, we couldn't get like a brand new transmission. They just don't make them for that model of car anymore. So we had to get a used transmission, and our dealership where we took the car had to kind of source like used transmissions and like put their feelers out to, I guess they have sources where they can pull these like used parts and systems in. So they found like 3 transmissions for us, and they were all 3 different prices because they were different ages and they all came with different levels of warranty. So we kind of went for the middle priced one, and it did come with a 3-year warranty. So I thought that was pretty good for a used transmission, but it was my first experience ever having that happen, where a dealership told me that we can no longer get like a new part or a new system to go into your car. We're going to reach out to our sources and find like a used one that we can offer to you in good condition. I thought that was kind of an interesting experience. So yeah, enough about car talk. I know that's not why you guys are here. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. How did your guys' week go? Did you get any sewing in? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, I'm so thankful that you've hung out with me tonight and that you're watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.